Welcome to the 22nd Annual Honors Night celebration. This is a very special ceremony each year as we celebrate the many accomplishments of our senior student athletes who have completed their academic and athletic careers and are moving on to the next chapter of their lives. We certainly wish we were celebrating with you in person. However, COVID conditions made that impossible. Still, we did not want to miss the opportunity to honor each of you and celebrate the many important achievements of this special group of students. Before we get started, I'd like to thank our corporate sponsors for their continued support of this event, and several others. Special recognition to our presenting sponsor, the Army ROTC. Thanks also to Saco Bay Orthopedics and Sports Physical Therapy, University Credit Union, Yankee Ford, Geico of Portland, and the Maine Army National Guard. We appreciate all that you do. Their support and the support of many other alumni and friends is critical to our continued success. My thanks to everyone who contributes to USM Athletics. To say that this was an unusual year is clearly an understatement. 2020-21 was a year of unprecedented challenges. Never before in the history of our program was so much done by so many to provide opportunities for our student athletes to practice and compete. It did take a village and an extraordinary effort by many people in our department and across campus. We had to work together, protect each other, and be respectful of guidelines and protocols. And we had to be adaptable as change was around every corner. I'm proud and deeply thankful for the commitment made to one another by our student athletes, staff members, and our entire community. With a global pandemic as a backdrop, perspective was clearly front and center. People around the world and right here in Maine suffered and dealt with personal tragedy. It seemed like the only thing certain was uncertainty. But together we persevered and moved forward with great caution. Through it all, there were many outstanding success stories and accomplishments. Here are just a few of those. In October, we honored a record number of 259 William B. Wise Scholar Athlete winners, and countless student athletes earned academic honors from conference, regional, and national organizations. The overall GPA of our student athlete population for 2019-20 jumped to an all-time high of 3.22. Graduation and retention rates of our athletes continue to be significantly higher than the overall student body at USM. The softball team had their best season ever, finishing 31-6, winning the Little East Conference regular season crown, and receiving a large berth to the NCAA Regional Championship in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Baseball won the Little East Championship tournament, and the Huskies were seated first in the NCAA New England Regional in Hartford, Connecticut. They fell just one game shy of a trip to the College World Series. Ben Lambert and Cam Seymour were both named to All-American teams. Men's and women's track continued to build upon their tradition of success. Adele Kaliba, Sophia Slavinsky, and Ben Drummey all qualified for the NCAA National Championship in Greensboro, North Carolina. Adele brought home her fourth All-American honor, this time in the triple jump. Freshman Ben Drummey finished third overall in the pole vault to earn his first All-American honor as a freshman. Sophia saved her very best throw for last, winning the national championship in the javelin. The groundwork was laid for the creation of the Student Athlete Diversity, Inclusion, and Equity Committee, known as SADE, in the fall of 2020. In response to countless acts of violence and continued social injustice across the nation, student athletes needed a voice and worked directly with athletic department staff members to open a dialogue and continue to have conversation throughout the year in an attempt to effect positive change. For their good work, SADE was named the Outstanding New Organization at the University of Southern Maine. The Huskies' collaboration with a Career Hub continued, got off to a great start again this year, conducting several programs focusing on critical career skills and involving business leaders and alumni with current student athletes. There is so much more that we will be making available to our students in this area. The Student Athlete Advisory Committee continued its outstanding work, helping to develop a program for NCAA Division III week and focusing on initiatives to improve the overall quality of the student athlete experience. There are far too many awards and accomplishments to mention. However, suffice it to say that a significant number of student athletes earned recognition presented by the Student Government Association, Residential Life, and many other organizations that we are involved with. There is a lot more, but it's time to move forward with our Honors Night program. Welcome again, and I hope you enjoy.
Congratulations, class of 2021. As we celebrate our 22nd Honors Night, we want to sincerely thank all of our outstanding and outgoing seniors for what they have provided to their respective teams, our department, for the youth in our community, and to the institution itself. We also want to pay tribute to the recipients of our annual departmental awards, named after 4 individuals with deep ties and connections to our department. Each award will be presented to the student athlete who exemplifies the characteristics of the individual for whom the award is named. You will hear your fellow student athletes highlighted for their ability to serve as a strong role model as they inspire others to better themselves. You will hear of the quiet leader who has made a tremendous impact on his or her respective team, and you will hear the leadership traits of loyalty, respect, and compassion echoed again and again. To begin, we recognize the good work of our Director of Athletics through the presentation of the Albert D. Bean Jr. Leadership Award. Al's contributions to USM are significant. He bleeds Husky blue and gold, always sees the big picture, leads by example, and through his leadership and advocacy helps to create an exceptionally well-rounded experience for all USM student athletes. The Kim Turner Award recognizes the student employee or volunteer who has contributed consistently to improve the overall function and efficiency of our department. In addition, the recipient places the interests of the student or customer at the forefront of their work. Next, we recognize the highly respected work of Roland Wirth, longtime sports reporter and editor of the Portland Press Herald, who supported our department financially and through his writings. Roland enjoyed stories of the heart, and he loved to write about athletes who helped make their team and teammates better. Lastly, we salute the exceptional work of Paula Hodgston, former field hockey coach, administrator, and mentor for all, who among many other things helped push women's athletics to the forefront. Each student nominated should be very proud of what they have accomplished throughout their respective careers. With that said, I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for your commitment to your respective teams and for your loyalty to our program. Throughout this past year, you were hopeful, patient, and resilient with the COVID process. When the days seemed long, your visible presence and strong ability to weather the storm brought abundant light and brilliant sunshine to us all. As you move forward in your lives, stay confident, keep your eyes on the prize, and enjoy the journey. I wish you continued success and happiness. All the best.
Each year, we ask 2 of our student athletes to offer comments and thoughts about their experience as a USM student athlete. It's my privilege to introduce a truly extraordinary young woman, Adele Kaliba. Adele is originally from the Congo, but eventually settled in Lewiston, Maine with her father and her brother. She's a senior majoring in health sciences and an outstanding student athlete in both track and field and soccer. In fact, she has won 4 All-American honors in indoor and outdoor track and was a top performer in the Little East in soccer. Adele's story is fascinating and her journey is truly quite amazing. It's my honor to introduce you to Adele Kalila.
Hello, my name is Adela Kalilwa. First of all, I'd like to thank the athletic department for giving me this opportunity to share my story here at Southern Maine as a student athlete. Special thanks to my coaches. You guys are the real MVP. It's been a long, challenging journey for me. For those who know me, I didn't do it alone. I'm standing here before you today because of the hard work, dedication, and the guidance of many of you. But of course, I had to do the heavy lifting for myself. And well, a couple of yellow and red cards, which makes it fun. I would also like to recognize the following people. Special thank you to Ange, Kelly, Tony, and Bailey. Over the year, I have built a strong connections with many of you. Thank you. And do not forget, my name is Adele, not Layla. Because you mean so much to me, by contributing to my fun journey of sports, I would like to let you know that you mean so much more than your job title. To start with my athletic story, I would like to say a few things about George Tall, the ex-women track and field coach. Without him, I would not have been in college today. Well, my dad always wanted me to go to college after high school, even though he knew he could not afford it. Somehow he wanted me to go to college. Let's go back. I'm originally from Congo, that's in Central Africa. Then my family and I fled from war, so I ended up growing up in Zambia, which is a neighborhood country. I then came to United States in 2010. Then when I arrived, I learned that I could not get whooped by my parents anymore because I'm kicking a soccer ball with my brother. Or get whooped because I'm running as fast as I want in the street. Well, I thought freedom. I realized that I could still cook, clean, and go to school to learn English because I spoke many other languages but English when I first came. And then I thought I'll still be able to play sports without having to hear them say only men can do sport. Women cook and clean. And that was my biggest motivation. Growing up from a culture where women are discouraged in areas such as sport, they are made feel that they live their life depending on the men to prepare to become mothers in a very early age. They are meant to feel like life means nothing after high school. Most go as far as high school for education, nothing more but a mother. As a student athlete, sports, to be specific, track and field, and soccer, have tremendously impacted my life. It shaped me into a young, brave, and successful woman I am today. Through playing sports, I learned that only the sky is the limit. I always welcome challenges and always thrive. Many of you can attest to that. Then as I climbed the mountain top, I realized that my life as an athlete was no longer about the fun. I have learned that mental challenges are the most challenging part of sport, that it can either build or destroy you mentally, could destroy your self-confidence, your growth, and dismantle your balance. It has been a long, not always fun journey, but I was lucky to say that I was never alone. Through many of these challenges, I have come to understand, and it's just life lessons. My coaches, Benjamin, Seth, Brendan, Michael, you can call him Brenda, PJ, have always made sure that I do not get another red card, while at the same time making sure that I'm doing good academically to be part of the team. And so did Coach Witten and George. On the other hand, Jim Giroux making sure that I lift as much as he does, so that my strength is at its best. While Coach Jim, the other Jim, Karkins, made sure that to let me know that 200 pounds meant nothing because I was a champion. When I was a senior in high school, and I broke the state record in the long jump, and a runner-up in my other events, I knew nothing is impossible to be accomplished. So coming to USM with the help of coaches, George Tall and Witten, many kings and queens who work in athletic departments such as Kim Turner, Albin, and BL. I still get confused which one is which between Albin and BL, but I had to say the ride was easy, knowing that they were always there by my side through academic and athletic, family crisis, and other life obstacles that I've gone through. I'm thankful for this great opportunity again, and fortunate to get through my college journey with such beautiful souls. Also, not to forget, A superwoman has made me famous, Christina, of course. Well, not only that, she got me famous on social media and school media, but always surprised me with her wisdom and life lessons. Lastly, I would like to thank my brother Joseph and my father. I would not have been here if it was not for those two heroes in my life. Primarily to my brother Joseph, who has always believed in me, showed me a way, and made sure the crown never falls off my head. Special thank you to my teammates, friends, and fans who have always made life worth living. Do not be afraid to fall. Believe, visualize, and achieve your goals.
I wasn't sure how well Tristan and I would work together, me being a new head coach and him being a dominant senior player, but we found our common ground. He showed me the respect I needed to gain the trust of the entire team. I quickly realized that he was extremely good at scoring goals on the field. He was always scrapping and fighting for every loose possession and was very hard to stop. Being as skilled as he was, he still wanted to learn and grow as a player. Off the field, he was equally impressive. He consistently won the William B. Wise Scholar Athlete Award and has also won regional academic awards. He brought a veteran presence to the team, being around for 5 consecutive years. He continually led by example, and when he spoke, everyone listened. He understood what USM lacrosse was and what we were trying to do for the future. He had a team-first mentality. He always wanted to score, but also cared about the team winning. He was a very important part of our team this season. I'd like to congratulate Tristan Dundee on winning the Albert D. Bean Jr. Leadership Award.
Good afternoon. It's indeed an honor to present the 2021 Al Bean Leadership Award to Kenan Hendricks. Keenan has been a member of the men's basketball team for a period of 5 years. And in that time, he's grown into one of the finest leaders I've had in my past 43 years of coaching. He's truly been inspirational. His dedicated and selfless approach has translated into levels of personal and team success. As a first-year student athlete, Keenan suffered a devastating ankle injury, and hence he returned this season for his final year of competition. In the past 5 years, his work ethic, diverse interests, and leadership have been an inspiration to all. Keenan is an extraordinary student. He's a 5-year winner of the Wise Scholar Award. He will graduate with 3 majors. Administration, marketing, and entrepreneurship in our business major. He has served continually as an example of a true student athlete. He was a key ingredient in his teammates earning the highest GPA in the LEC in 1920 in that season. Keenan is a talented student and athlete, musician and composer. In all circumstances, he has gleaned the most from his abilities, not through only his talent, but through his work ethic. His teammates are amazed by his example, an example to which many will aspire, but will not reach. He would often get up at 4:30 a.m. to run, lift, and shoot. Keenan has also been active in SAC. To his credit, he has never said a negative word about anyone, and also respected all decisions of the coaching staff, despite the fact those decisions might have impacted his role. Not everything has gone his way, as he continued to be plagued by injury, but this has never dampened his enthusiasm and dedication he daily displayed. He did the things others could have done but didn't. This year he kept the team together, running preseason conditioning, demonstrating skills in the gym, when we had to phase into finally our 6 games of competition. Beginning as early as September, Keenan formulated and proposed a modified statewide basketball schedule to maximize the student-athlete experience during our pandemic. He presented this proposal to coaches via email, indirectly to athletic directors, and finally to President Cummings via Zoom. Keenan did this completely on his own, without looking for self-promotion, simply from the perspective of a caring student-athlete. Despite the fact his proposal was not adopted, he still approached our season as a leader he is. In our season, however, in the 5th of our 6 games, he again suffered a season-ending ankle injury. He did not sulk. Although disappointed, he once again put the group first. Keenan is irreplaceable in the men's basketball program. He displayed the growth that we would hope for from all student athletes that we serve. He truly appreciates this highest recognition as one of our leaders, leaving a perspective not to be forgotten in USM Athletics. Thank you, Keenan, for all you've done.
It is my turn to recognize and honor those student athletes who were nominated for the award named after myself, the Kim Turner Award. If you're not aware, it's a fact that our department hires the most student employees as compared to any other department on campus. And this COVID year was no exception. While many students and staff worked from home, our student employees returned to campus for a quality work experience in the ice arena, equipment room, in game management, lobby and fitness, study tables, media relations, and as office assistants. As I've mentioned many times before, our department simply could not function effectively without the valuable time and effort provided by our work-study students. I convey my heartfelt thanks to you all. Now it's my honor to recognize 3 individuals as this year's recipients of the 2021 Kimberly M. Turner Award. Recognized today are Cody Braga, Emily Colby, and Jacob Peavy. As standout citizens at USM, they all help to improve the quality of experience received by our customers, including USM students, faculty and staff, prospective students and their respective families, and members of our general public. Each are deserving of our praise. So let's begin with Cody Braga. Cody is a 2-sport student athlete. As a former member of our men's ice hockey team and current baseball player, Cody has worked for USM since his arrival on campus, and at times has been in charge of rink operations. He is a reliable human being who is always willing to lend a hand to anyone, whether it be teaching a youth player how to become a better shooter, lending a hand in the equipment room when we're short-staffed, or covering a shift for a regular employee in the ice arena. He has helped make our department better, and we are incredibly grateful to Cody for that. Congratulations, Cody. Next up is Emily Colby. Emily is a USM superstar who not only leads in our building and on our teams, but she also stands out as a student worker outside of our department, but on campus. As I go through my typical day, I see Emily in her role as a student ambassador, providing a tour to a prospective student and their family. On these tours, her voice is strong and her knowledge of USM is broad-based. I also see Emily as a resident assistant and upper class hall. In this role, she is a tremendous team player who always presents a positive attitude and role model influence for fellow students and staff. Lastly, I had the good fortune to work alongside Emily this past semester as a testing ambassador on the Gorham campus. Emily is always willing to go above and beyond to make a fellow student or a prospective student and their family feel welcome. Congratulations, Emily. Next to be recognized is Jacob Peavy. Jake is a leader in our building, in the classroom, and on the mat as a member of the USM wrestling team. I observed Jake take care of business in the Costello Sports Complex as he worked in a variety of places this year, including lobby fitness, the equipment room, and in-game management. Although Jake can appear reserved, he is a conversationalist who is always a pleasure to speak with. He's polite, positive, upbeat, and willing to assist with whatever is needed. Jake leads by example for not only his team, but for other workers in the building. He has developed exceptional relationships with fellow students, coaches, and members of the general public. His calm demeanor is something I greatly admire, and this will serve him well in the future. On behalf of our entire department, we want to thank Cody, Emily, and Jacob for leading the way this past year. We look forward to your continued success.
One of the things I truly love about working at the NCAA Division III level is the Division III philosophy and how it's about more than just what an athlete does on the field of play. It's about them as a whole person. And one of the things we love about being coaches at this level is getting a chance to work with our student athletes on all those different fronts, all those different facets of who they can be and what we'd like to see them be. We obviously want to see them become great athletes and help our teams, but we want them to become better people, better humans. We want them to become contributing members of a community, of the community they choose to be a part of, and ideally a contributing member of the community here at USM. I'm fortunate to have had many of those individuals on our teams, and one of the favorites I've had, and hopefully we'll have for another year or two, is Antoine Grace. He came to us as a little freshman from New York, and he was always had a great attitude, but I think struggled a little bit to find his way at USM that first year, both as an athlete and as a student. And now a few years later, he's become a really strong student. He's become a well-respected athlete and a very successful athlete on the track. Within our conference, he was the Little East Conference Runner of the Year this year for outdoor track. And I think he's become a main contributor to a really strong wrestling program here at USM. I love all that, and I'm proud of Antoine for that. What really makes me proud, and I think makes this institution proud, is the impact Antoine started to have on this community, this university as a whole. He's taken a real leadership role, not just within our athletic department, but on campus. And he's taken a leadership role and has had a large voice in some really difficult conversations that we've had to have this past year. We've done some work within our team on racial equity and racial justice. And Antoine's been a driving factor in that. He's been a voice, he's been somebody that's been open with his own experiences, that has been very effective in talking to his teammates about what it means to be a person of color in this day and age, what it means to be a person of color on this campus. And he's done it in a way that has been engaging, that has been inviting, that has really encouraged discussion amongst his teammates. And I've loved seeing that expand beyond our team. He's taken a really strong, active role in the athletic department's approach to that. And he's just become somebody on this campus, this athletic department, our team, that is approachable, that is respected, that is liked, I think pretty universally. And I think that's because of people respect how hard he works, they respect his attitude, and they respect his voice and what he stands for and what he's trying to do, not just for himself, but for those around him. Those are just a few of the reasons that I'm so proud to call Antoine Grace a member of our track and field team, and a member of this athletic department, and a member of this campus community.
Paula Hodgston Leadership Award recognizes an outstanding female student athlete who sets a high standard for herself, her teammates, and her community. It's an honor to welcome Morgan Eliason into this distinguished group of leaders. I'd like to tell you about Morgan and her impact at USM through a walk in her shoes. To quote from Forrest Gump, you can tell a lot about a person by their shoes, where they've been, where they're going. Morgan has worn a wide variety of shoes, and each one weaves a beautiful story into the character arc of her Husky career. I remember walking on campus, fall semester of Morgan's first year, and I see her and Kristen Curley walking towards the gym, both striding along in their Converse Chuck Taylor All-Stars. They both oozed the confidence and classic swagger of athletes. When I see Morgan in her chucks, I immediately think of that moment, the humble beginnings of a basketball shoe and a college student athlete. I think of the timeless work ethic and bold assurance that comes from being a Lewiston Blue Devil, and the talk from the upperclassmen that fall about how excited they were about this group of first years. They're good to go. They push us. We're already on our way to excellence. That trait has never worn down a single moment in Morgan's 4 years. Next, I think of the all-white or all-black sneakers as prescribed by the USM nursing program that carried Morgan through the countless hours of clinical work in hospitals to earn her degree. Morgan finished her nursing education with a 3.99 GPA, LAC All-Academic Team Honors, William B. Wise Honors, and the university's coveted Senior Husky Achievement Award. She has inspired and encouraged her teammates to pursue the same degree of excellence in the classroom with every study hall, bus ride, and downtime where one could maximize their learning. As a result, the women's basketball team has consistently had one of the highest overall team GPAs in the department. The shoes I've seen worn the most by Morgan are her team basketball shoes and her team lacrosse cleats by Nike. Morgan has been a major role model for both sports, for women's basketball and women's lacrosse, and she earned the title of team captain for basketball, and her lacrosse teammates also voted her in as captain as well. She decided that being captain on one team, carrying the full responsibility and needs of that program, meant an all-in approach, not splitting time between two. Not many people have the self-awareness to make that challenging decision, but she did, and earned the respect of even more respect of everyone on both teams. Morgan earned athletic accolades on defense for her lacrosse team with second team All LEC and LEC Rookie of the Week honors. And in basketball, she earned academic honors as well as was a steady leader throughout her career in basketball. Constantly in the gym, her teammates always saw her shooting or getting in the weight room before or after practice. I think of her love of the basketball grind, her never give up mentality, and her resolve to stand up for her teammates, no matter the personal cost. Another moment that stands out to me is Morgan coming to practice directly from a family wake. She was rushed and understandably distracted, but found a way to refocus and be present for her teammates and coaches. After practice, she changed into her sweats, but realized she had to wear her black high heels on her way out as she forgot an extra pair of sneakers for that trek home. I love that image of her, a balancing act, multiple worlds merging, and a fearless smile owning all of it. I'm gonna cry. Finally, I love it when I could catch Morgan in her Air Jordans. There is an aura about her, and she draws you in with, with what those shoes say about her. She's timeless, confident, relevant, and brings people together no matter their backgrounds. Morgan has been a major contributor to the cultural shift of our program and our department with her work in IDAC and SADE. She challenges the status quo, facilitates team discussions on racial inequity, and voices concerns to her staff, her coaching staff, and athletic administration with confidence and poise. I know Morgan will stride into her next chapter of life with grit and grace, and she will leave very big shoes to fill. Congratulations, Morgan, on another fantastic achievement as a Southern Maine Husky. We love you.
Kenan Hendricks is a business management and marketing major and a 4-year member and captain of the men's basketball team. Keenan comes from Owl's Head, Maine, and attended Oceanside High School, where he is a standout athlete and an exceptional student. Keenan has been a leader throughout his time at USM, on the court, in the classroom, across the campus, and in the community. Keenan is also a gifted musical performer. His hard work and commitment has been a constant since he arrived at USM, and as a result, he is deeply respected by his peers, by faculty, and staff members in the athletic department. Please welcome Kenan Hendricks.
70%. After 5 years, That's the number that holds the highest value to me for my time here at USM. 70%. 70% of the time, I wore that University of Southern Maine Huskies basketball jersey, leaving it all on the floor and implementing everything I practiced relentlessly for years. I lost. I lost 70% of my games here at USM. Some would say that that is a sign of an awful collegiate career, a failed experience. But I stand here to beg to differ. That 70% has carved who I am today. 70% of the time, I experienced a deep pain. A deep pain that forced my love for winning to be at such a level it became pure. It was a struggle endured by the 70% that made that 30% have so much more meaning. Through that 70%, I found you really cannot understand true joy without true sorrow. And that those moments of defeat are in essence more valuable than the moments of accomplishment. Of course you strive for constant accomplishments, especially when it comes to sports, and even more so at the collegiate level. But is it really an accomplishment if you haven't been previously defeated prior to? To get to that 30%, it's from 100% love. Love for myself, and love for the game. That 70% forced that love to be unbreakable. When I boil down winning is more just showing up. Winning's about trust, discipline, trusting your teammates with their capabilities, trusting your coaches with their knowledge, and trusting yourself for the time that you gave for this game. Having the discipline to stay mentally locked in during practices, and having the discipline to put your body through hell during off-season hours, and having the discipline to get in the zone right before that tip-off. Not many people, or teams for that matter, can withstand a winning percentage to the degree that my teammates and my coaches and I have over the past 5 years, and still show up with the same mindset every day to win. I contribute my passion for basketball for being my savior, allowing me to become my true self. I fell for this game at the age of 12, and I've never questioned that love since. It's been a tough love ever since that day at the age of 14 that I chose that this was the only sport that I was going to compete at an organized level. But the endless sacrifices for the game were not endured for the sake of seeking love in return. I didn't put up tens of thousands of shots, spend early mornings, late nights, and weekends in the gym, travel hundreds of hours to practices and games, and return to playing condition after breaking my ankle 3 times for the game to love me back. It's much more than that. It's in the moment you realize that the lessons and values gained organically during such a powerful personal endeavor that you seek nothing in return. The direction basketball guided upon me is why I work so hard on and off the court. This path, this backbone, basketball symbolized for me is the reason that I made the Dean's List the past 9 semesters. It's been the reason that I've been a 4-year recipient of the William B. Wise Academic Honor. It's been the reason I was awarded the Certificate of Excellence in Entrepreneurship for the USM School of Business. It's been the reason I've had professional successes, and it's been the reason behind all of my achievements in life. Basketball has provided me with an opportunity to become a man, a leader, a dear friend, a resilient worker, and a professional. And I think about the first time that I came to USM at the age of 18 from a small, very small town in Midcoast, Maine. My diversification as a person and perspectives on life were narrow-sighted. As I was setting myself up to become a one-faceted person, and I almost fell victim to that mind frame. As I was actually closer than you can imagine to transferring from USM after my first semester here. I was uncomfortable, and uncertain if USM was the right path for me. Wanting to leave to go to a more comfortable situation socially, academically, and athletically. I had all the transfer papers ready to go, and even made it as far as driving towards that easier situation. But something tugged at me, urged me to return. I think it was the excitement of the unknown, the foreign element, not knowing the outcome of who I would become for the better. And here I am, following that excitement for the past 5 years, becoming a completely different person from when I first arrived. A person that's well more equipped for life, having a deep interest in a multitude of areas, a multifaceted person. And that I can contribute to my experiences here at USM. The environment here has allowed me to express myself academically, athletically, professionally, and musically. Being an extremely diverse college, USM has allowed me to gain immense knowledge and perspectives from various people from all over the world. I've met teammates, students, and staff from different backgrounds that has opened my eyes to the power of inclusiveness. USM truly is the college of everyone. USM's academic opportunities have allowed me to put myself in a position where I feel I've had career-building successes, and I now feel confident to take on the professional path that I choose. And it's hard to find a community within a university that can compare to the one here at USM. The professors, the athletic staff, university staff, and students, I believe, genuinely care for your well-being and success. It's a small community here that I'll miss most. And I can't express how thankful I am for the relationships basketball and USM has gifted me over the past 5 years. Friendships with amazing people that will last a lifetime. I wouldn't exchange anything for going to battle with the guys on my team, and the coaches for that matter. I won't ever be able to find that anywhere else. It's irreplaceable. It was during those moments of battle that I gained their trust and they gained mine. I know that any given moment I can reach out to the fellas, if it's to catch up or ask for advice, that I can count on them. And the same goes for them. I know that they can reach out to me no matter the situation, and I'll be there. And this is what it's been all about. The people I've met, my best friends, my role models, my tribe, my brothers. No matter where I am, where we all go, we'll always share that bond. And I'd like to say my thank yous to the individuals who have supported me and pushed me and guided me through this 5-year journey here at USM. First, to my coaches. I want to express my deep gratitude to Coach Hendrickson for having faith in me as a player and a person, and being there when I needed it, and going out of your way to help me in any shape or form. I know that our relationship will not only continue after I graduate, but will strengthen. To Michael Poulin for helping me to adjust to the life of a collegiate athlete as an underclassman. To Jack Senard for giving me that true point guard perspective from that UK basketball culture. To Gary Fifield for setting the record straight, but always having faith in my jump shot. To USM strength coach James Giroux for providing me the proper knowledge to get my body right to compete at a high level. To your athletic department staff, without you all dedicating your lives to university athletes' well-being every single day, these experiences that will last a lifetime would not have been possible for any of us. To say we are fortunate to have you is a vast, vast understatement. To your athletic training staff, for having to deal with my nagging injuries and abundance of requests of taking ice baths and needing ice. To Rich Abilito for going above and beyond as professor, supplying me with the guidance to prepare myself for my professional career ahead. To Sebastian Pettit for being a dear friend and broadcasting all my games here at USM. To my dearest teammates over the past 5 years. You all know who you are. Thank you. Thank you for going to battle with me and pushing me to achieve what I have as a person and a player here at USM. I would like to especially thank Christian McHugh, Cam Scott, Derek Haney, Peter Drennan, and Bailey Van Hoop. You guys are my ride or dies. And I don't think I would have been able to accomplish much here, athletically or academically, at USM without you. I'm in a moment now where I've never really pictured myself being at, where I no longer spend every day playing or thinking about basketball, and I'm a week away from graduating college. Sure has been an odd transition into this life I've never really known. A life where I'm no longer competing at the collegiate level for the game I love, and will not be surrounded by the community of USM. But I've accepted this moment, and prepared to make that next step, holding a deep optimism for what the next chapter may bring, one page at a time. What is this next chapter? That's still unknown. But with the lessons gained and values learned from this game and the university, I'm not afraid to take risks and dedicate my life to succeeding in new thrilling endeavors. No matter where life takes me, I'm prepared for those moments of struggle. As basketball has provided me with a clarity that without struggle, you aren't growing. So embrace the struggle. But to power through the physical and mental struggles and still lose 70% of the time reminded me to be humble. So be humble and embrace the struggle. As I now know, there's going to be far worse 70%ers than losing a basketball game. There's going to be far more substantial 30%ers than winning a basketball game. But I thank that 70% for the person that I've become for the past 5 years.
Please let me offer my congratulations to each of you for an outstanding career at USM. Before we leave, I'd like to take this opportunity to leave you with a few thoughts. The world we live in is very complex. There are many challenges facing us every day. There's division, injustice, and uncertainty, in addition to all the positive things in our world. There's a compelling need for unity and strong leadership at all levels. This global crisis calls for maturity, collaboration, and great inner strength. Perhaps no group is better suited to meet these challenges than you, our student athletes. You have what it takes to make a difference, to be part of the change and the solution. Within this talented group of student athletes, there are great young men and women with limitless potential, ready to make a difference. Throughout your collegiate career, you've grown as individuals, made incredible commitment to yourself, your team, and your family. You've developed a strong work ethic, made the necessary sacrifices to be part of a team, and developed your personal skills. You've balanced academics, athletics, work, family, and social life. You've experienced highs and lows, learned how to win and how to lose with grace and dignity, and have also learned that there are very important life lessons on both sides of the scoreboard. You're leaving USM prepared and ready for the challenges ahead. Participation in athletics teaches you many lessons. The value of competition is one of those most important lessons. You'll compete your entire life in everything you do, almost every single day. The athletic experience has provided you with transferable skills and traits, such as character, commitment, leadership, teamwork, civility, and respect. They will travel with you on your personal journey and be a source of strength. When I first met you, I mentioned that your first 6 weeks at USM were critical to your success, and I still firmly believe that today. Part of that message was to surround yourself with good people, people who will show you the way, care about you, lift you up, and not put you down. Your support group will remain critical throughout your life. Do your best to eliminate the negative influences that threaten to bring you down and throw you off track. Use good judgment. Talk with and listen to people you trust and respect. Make good decisions. Do the right thing. Be truthful always. It takes a lifetime to develop character and build your reputation, and just one poor choice to destroy it all. Respect yourself and others. Be kind and civil, and live a life that you can be proud of. Treat others as you wish to be treated. We live in a troubled world with many problems. Mental health issues and addiction are on the rise, and random acts of violence seem to be a daily occurrence. Many people show their scars openly, while so many suffer in silence. Kindness can transform someone's darkest moments. You may never know how much your caring or a simple act of kindness matters and how it can impact another life. Please remember, while we all have personal struggles, many people would love to have your bad day. Make a difference. Lend a hand up so others may succeed. Give something back. Be part of a community of caring. Show respect for others and work for positive change. The great poet Maya Angelou said, "People may not remember what you have done or exactly what you have said, but they will remember how you made them feel." I firmly believe that. Attitude is a choice, and you make that choice every day and with every situation you encounter. Life is not fair. In fact, it can be devastating at times. We all deal with significant personal challenges and deep heartbreaking loss. You must be prepared to be strong, to battle and fight. Make necessary changes and adapt to stay grounded so you may forge ahead. How you approach these challenges and rebound from setbacks speaks volumes about who you are as a person and who you will be in the future. I implore you to make time for those people who love you, who truly care about you and continue to support you. Show them and tell them how much they mean to you. Don't wait until it's too late. Time goes by so quickly. Have no regrets. It's people and relationships that really matter. That's what life is about, making a difference for others. As you move forward in life, here's my personal challenge to you. Don't be ordinary. Be bold and courageous. Don't be afraid to fail. Take the risks, climb the mountain, and make your dreams come true. As we move to a close, I especially want to thank your parents, family members, and others for the great work they have done in raising you and supporting you throughout your life. I also want to thank our staff for the great work they've done in helping you to grow as individuals. And to each of you, thank you for the positive way that you have represented USM Athletics and the University of Southern Maine. Thank you for your commitment, hard work, and many contributions, both on and off the field of competition. Years from now, I hope you look back on your experience as a USM student athlete as one of the most enjoyable and rewarding times of your life. Thank you for being a Husky. You'll carry it with you wherever you go, and I hope that will always be a source of pride for you. Your personal journey brought you to USM, and for that we are all thankful. Your presence has touched our lives in many ways. You've left your personal mark on USM, a legacy for others that will follow, and you have impacted our athletic program and learning community in many ways. It has been a distinct pleasure to have you as part of our athletic program. Thank you for the opportunity to serve as your athletic director. It has truly been my honor. Please stay connected. We will always be here for you if you need help. My very best to all of you. Congratulations, and go Huskies.